All right, so we're calling this day 3. It's day 3 of the skills, but the days are off a little bit. The first days generally we don't work on any skills, but the third day of skills here we're going to be working with Doc on sit stays and down stays. Again, he's got a little bit of work on this in the past, and it comes with some of the stuff we're already doing. But as far as the sit stays and down stays, how I said everything will lead into the next thing that we're working on him with. You're obviously going to have to be able to do recall with him to get him to come to you to go in a sit stay. And so we'll talk about recall when we get him out here. You got to give the visual cues as well as the verbal cues. And basically what I wanted to get across, the main things about sit stays and down stays, is when we're teaching a skill like this, we're teaching for 3 different things. We're teaching for frequency, intensity, and duration. Frequency is obviously how many times out of 10 your dog will do the skill that we're asking. Intensity is he excited to do it, or do you have to coax him or give him a correction? And then the big one where it really makes the leaps and bounds in their learning is teaching for duration. And what that means is when we tell him to sit doesn't mean touch your rear to the floor and get back up. Sit means to stay until we release you from that. So that's what we're going to be working on with Doc mostly today, is sitting for duration. And what I'm going to do is put him in a sit, and I'm going to try to get a couple feet away from him before he breaks the sit. And then I want to get back to him before he breaks it and release him with a pat on the side and a high-pitched okay. Maybe give him a treat or something as well. But what we're trying to do is to teach him that sit means stay. And you stay in a sit until you're released. And so we'll start being able to get further and further away from him while he's doing sit stays and down stays. And then hopefully by the end of the week, we'll be able to introduce some distractions. Having people walk by, maybe a dog walk by. That may be asking a little bit much for a week, but that's the goal. And the other thing that's important to remember is when the dog's learning the skill, we don't want to release the dog from distance. We don't want to go across the room and then tell him okay from across the room. We always want to come back to the dog and release him from a sit stay. That way the dog's not trying to anticipate. You know, usually when mom gets by the chair, she lets me go. So that way he knows, hey, I'm going to come back, get a pat and a verbal cue, and that's going to be the release. And then, well, that's about it for sit stays and down stays. We'll get Doc out here and go through a few exercises with him, and just keep plugging along. He's doing pretty good.